no empire has conquered the passage of time. Until now. Age of Empires Online.
So Chris, you got to tell me, how did you come to start working on the Ages of Empires series?
Well, that's a great question. You know, we've been in the RTS business for a long time. That, for me, going all the way back to the days of Total Annihilation. We've partnered with Microsoft in the past. Last year, we started working together, building some content, civilizations, and so forth. And then it just evolved. The relationship evolved, and here we now are today announcing that we're the lead developer on the franchise. So it's pretty exciting.
And it's going free to play as well, so there's more changes for the series.
Yeah, I mean, free to play, I mean, it's part of that thing that is sweeping gaming, you know, and it's wonderful. It means people can get the game, play the civs, and have all of this, you know, hours and hours and hours of game for free. That is terrific, and we think that that's going to give the game, it's going to allow people, so many more people, to have access to the game than have ever really, you know, been able to in the past, which is awesome.
So, what kind of message do you want to send to the hardcore fans who maybe, you know, maybe a bit worried about what's going on with Ages of Empires? You know, are they going to have their sort of their experience still in the game?
Well, what's really great about what we're doing with the franchise now is it's online and it's continually evolving and changing. So for starters, we're going to be releasing content continuously, okay? It's just going to keep coming out and coming out. There's new civs and there's new booster packs and all this new cool stuff. But the thing is, we really love to listen to the feedback. So for folks who are hardcore, you know, fans of the franchise, go all the way back. I mean, this franchise has sold 25 million copies since it came out, which is really amazing. Is that, you know, we'll be able to add features at every level. So something for, you know, every kind of fan out there, as you know, as the game evolves online, rather than like, you know, a traditional game where it goes in a box and then you get a few updates. So this is a living, breathing game.
Has that changed any way how you're set up as a developer and how you work?
Yeah, I mean, so you know the terminology we use today is we call it a live team. It means that the team never goes away. We never disband. We work on it. People they come into the development team, and they're there, and they stay there. And so it changes it because we think of it as a marathon race, not a sprint. So we have to always plan way in advance, sometimes more than a year, and always have, you know, sort of think of it as laying down track ahead of the train, because it takes a long time to develop this sophisticated content, and in a game like this, I mean, very, very important that we get it exactly right.
Speaking of, in that analogy, maybe you have to lay out different tracks because you don't quite know where the train is heading as well, what the players want and what they're...
Yes, that's exactly right. You actually have to think in multiple ways. You go, well, if we get a really good response, for example, on this new gameplay mode here, then people are going to want maybe more of that or tweaks to that. There might be a large outcry for a particular civilization, and we may not have had that up next, so we got to be thinking about what, you know, how do we move and are quick, but you always have to have a pretty solid foundation to your plan to keep a team of people working and moving the game forward.
And sort of what kind of time schedule are you working on with Ages of Empires Online?
Well, we haven't announced an official street date for the game. We do know it's this year, obviously later this year, but we hope to have that at one of the upcoming shows, give you a final date.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your time.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
A persistent world means persistent rule. Age of Empires Online.